Time now for our conversation with Jake Gyllenhaal. The Oscar and Tony-nominated actor made his movie debut at the age of 11 in City Slickers, and he's performed in more than 40 films overall. There he is. Donnie Darko, Brokeback Mountain, Spider-Man: Far From Home. And now he's the author of a new children's book. It's called The Secret Society of Aunts and Uncles, which he co-wrote with his best friend, Greta Caruso. It's about a magical adventure involving a 10-year-old named Leo and his Uncle Mo, who's got a lot to learn, it turns out, about being an uncle. The journey brings them closer together and shows the special bond of having an aunt or an uncle. We talked with Jake Gyllenhaal recently about writing about this special relationship in his very first children's book. The book is really fun on multiple levels. First of all, like the language of it is just great. The wise uncle and aunt that Mo meets is great Aunt Gloria and Uncle Munkle Carbuncle.
Yes, I thought that was good.
This is a book meant to be read out loud.
Yes.
So bravo on that point. But I'm curious about the idea itself. Why did you want to write this book about aunts and uncles in particular?
I have two nieces myself who I adore, and I think when I was asked to, like, they'd go to bed and my sister would be like, oh, read them some books, you know, and you're always reading like a ton of books. And then I realized there were like no books about the relationship between an aunt and uncle, a niece and nephew.
And you nailed the relationship.
You really did. First, we should say your sister, of course, is Maggie Gyllenhaal, also a very successful and talented actress. I remember when your two nieces were born, how over the moon. They're now, Gloria and Roma, 16 and 11. I can't get over that, Jake.
Neither can I.
But you were very close with all of them. And I love how you say you wanted to shine a light on this unique and unsung relationship.
Yes.
Because you're a nephew yourself. What is it about it for you that makes such a difference? I know you've described them as two of the most important human beings and lovely human beings in your life. But
yes.
What is that bond that you have with them?
I mean,
like no other.
If you're lucky enough to be an aunt or an uncle, I think, you know, there's this expectation when a sibling has a child, you know, that, you know, what do you do? Who are you to them? But they feel so special to you because, you know, regardless of your relationship with your sibling, like, you know, they're a very important thing. This is a new being.
Yeah.
And I think you're kind of donned aunt or uncle, and you go, well, what do I do now?
Yes.
Right.
And
what is my role?
Some people just sort of take to it really naturally, and other people kind of go, wait, I don't know what to do. And I love that idea.
What were you?
I was definitely like, I'm going to take to this naturally, and then I was like, I don't know what to do. And I think that idea was really important to put into a book, to say, it's a very special relationship. You offer an opportunity to say, yeah, like, we don't have to do it the same way your mom and dad do. We can take the pressure off it. We can be a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the key part, the bit crazy. Because you're close enough to love the child, but not the parent. So you can be a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
There's actually a line in the
Yes.
book, or it's on the wall, healthy dose of danger.
Yes.
Yes.
I credit that to my best friend, to Greta, who wrote that idea. Like, healthy dose of danger is like a very important thing. The thing of being able to help learn how to take the proper risks in life, you know, the ones that move you and change you in the right way, to give like a little hint of that as an aunt or uncle in places that parents might necessarily be a little bit afraid to do. And like that idea, you know, there's a wonderful thing where it's like breakfast or dessert and a meal come out in and out of the same place.
Broccoli.
Yeah, what do you eat first, broccoli
sundae.
or ice cream sundae?
Yeah, to me, like, with an aunt or uncle, it shouldn't be you go first, you know. And I think Mo, the character, the uncle, is always at first like, oh, well, you know, we eat, you know, the meal first and then we have dessert. And they're like, you know, Uncle Munkle Carbuncle says, wrong. They both come in and out of the same place. So, you know, you can eat in whatever order you want.
Uncle Mo and Leo share a very special moment when, you know, he's helping them with the glasses. And we talked about it just off air, that the glasses also have a special connection to how you were raised. But then Great Aunt Gloria comes in and she says something that I love. It's the small things that change everything.
Yes.
Like that too.
Why did that connect with you?
I mean, isn't that true? I mean, particularly as a kid, for me, those are the things I remember from my aunt or my uncle. You know, not the like grand gestures that we all like to sort of make big stories about. It's really the small things. I think, like, you know, the glasses, I grew up as a kid who didn't see that great, and so I wanted Leo to not see that great.
You know, I had to wear glasses as a little kid too, and I hated it because people would make fun of me for wearing glasses. So, but I love in this character, Leo wears glasses, and it's okay. Even something as small as that, I think, is an important message to send.
Yeah, I mean, he has this goal. He wants to do this thing, and he can't because his glasses always get in the way.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, yeah, there's embarrassment and figuring out your identity and all those things. And I do think an aunt or an uncle can be a huge help.
Yep.
in that way.
So as we sit here today, you know, we can't, the writers are still on strike, the actors are still on strike. You were nominated for a Broadway play back in the day. How are you navigating the strike?
You know, I have actors and writers in my family, you know, it's an active conversation all the time. But really, I think we're all just really hoping for a resolution as quickly as possible. We're just looking for reasonable, fair, equitable.
Is everything on your life on pause, though, whether it's Broadway, whether it's movies? I mean, I just think that has to be frustrating. That's all I'm thinking.
Well, I was happy to know that I could come and share this book, you know, as an author. Because to me,
An author.
like, I mean, that, you're like, for a moment, you're an author of something, you know, and that is great, you know, and I think work is extraordinarily important and it feeds us, and it is frustrating that we can't resolve this.
I think this book is going to be a bestseller. I think they're going to want you to write a sequel, and that raises the question of whether you will move in on the family circle or away. So will be a children's book about the role of being a father, or will you go into cousin land?
Well, there are.
I was wondering that.
Cousin Land gets a little
Cousin Land
crazy.
is a good name for a book, by the way. You know, I mean, I think, well, first of all, it would be wonderful if people enjoy this book, and we have already ideas of how we would want to tell the story. There are other stages in the Secret Society of Aunts and Uncles that they could go on. So I would be excited about that. But yeah, of course, a family of my own is a dream.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Listen, I know you've got a very important woman in your life, and life seems very good for you at this particular time. Are you as happy as you appear? I'm serious.
Gayle, you sound like an aunt or uncle right now. Asking about his love life.
I adore Jake Gyllenhaal, and he knows it.
I would love for there to be a resolution to the strike so that people can get back to work, and we can resolve that. That would make me very happy. But yes, generally in my life, I'm very grateful.
The Secret Society of Aunts and Uncles on sale right now, and it's great.